When people know they can control you because you're in a reactive person, they will always manipulate you. They know they can say something and that triggers your pride, and now you're going to react in a certain way. So the most popular question that I always receive is, how are you so calm? And I always just chalked it up to, well, that's my nature. It's my personality. And, yeah, that is true. But then I did some reverse engineering, wrote it down right here, and I realized, oh no, there's reasons why I am calm like 97% of the time. A lot of people think like, oh, he's just acting calm who don't know me, on the internet, or people think I smoke a lot of, I don't smoke. Stop that. People just assume because of my hair. But no, I don't smoke. That's not the reason either. Now, I do drink a lot of tea. We can talk about that later, but there are reasons why I am very calm. It's my preferred state of being, because being calm isn't an emotion, right? It's a state of being. You can be angry and frustrated and still be calm through the anger, through the frustration. You can go through a deep season of uncertainty, fear, worry, finances are struggling, and you can somewhat, I say somewhat, because it's very difficult. I've been there. We be there sometimes, right? But you can somewhat stay calm through that storm. Now we're going to talk about that today, and I do have this divine black tea, Kenyan black tea. Shout out to Kenya. I was in Kenya last year and had the absolute best time of my life. Even went to a tea farm and explored black tea, and like, oh man, I'm supposed to be in Kenya. Shout out to everybody in Nairobi. I love y'all. Cool thing about this tea is it's just different. They're like little kernels and it's very potent. Gotta be careful how much you drink of this, Moderation is key. But why do I think being calm is so important? Well, a lot of times, listen, our health is wealth. You understand? When we're anxious, when we have anxiety, when we're angry all the time, or we're just like not rooted, it actually causes negative effects on our biology, on our body, on our heart. A lot of times when we're not calm, we can make things worse by reacting. When we face a storm, a lot of the times we add to that storm. And now we're cleaning up a mess and then another mess we added on top. So in my life, first things first, I've learned to accept all experiences. Accept them. What do I mean by that? I realize every single one of us, we have such a unique life and story. But actually, a lot of our lives are very similar in the way that as long as you live at least till 40 or 50 years old, safe to say that you're going to experience the spectrum of the human experience, meaning you're going to experience grief, you're going to experience losing somebody to a heartbreak, to death. You're going to experience joy, you're going to experience laughter, love, jealousy, anger, frustration. You're going to be annoyed. You're going to experience all of these emotions. So accept it. That's what I do. Anytime, any experience I have, I tell myself, this will pass. Even the good times, I will say, this will pass. And that allows me to deeply just understand that whatever I'm experiencing, have gratitude for. In the Tao, they say, when it's a good day, have gratitude because a bad day will come. And when it's a bad day, have gratitude because a good day is right around the corner. So when I'm worried and I'm lacking faith, or, I'm like fearful of a situation, I always remind myself, this too will pass. Why is this important? Well, it allows us to observe whatever we are going through and grow through it instead of constantly reacting. It allows us to step out of a victimhood mentality and realize, hey, the feelings that I'm feeling, everybody feels these things in their own different ways. And for me, this brings a calm to my spirit. No matter what I am feeling, again, being calm is it's a state of being. It's not an emotion. You can be angry and still be calm through that anger. A lot of times when we're angry, what happens? Anger tries to find the quickest outlet to express itself. That's usually through your mouth, right? So by your words. So somebody cuts you off while you're driving, then next thing you do is F you, right? Anger finds a quick outlet. Or through your physical, through your body, right? Some people may start hitting their pillow, or some people get angry, they knock somebody out. Not good. Don't do that. You can be calm through anger by observing first, right? So you have to start to practice being an observer and not somebody who reacts. Tell yourself, I'm an observer. If you can stop feeling as if everything is happening to you and it's happening for you, you can actually pause in any moment and be like, I receive whatever is happening, although it may be uncomfortable. And I understand that I can learn through this. This can be a teachable lesson for me. Doesn't mean you are downplaying how you are feeling. It doesn't mean that you're ignoring how you're feeling. It just means you're taking a moment to pause, to breathe, right? So observing everything allows me to be calm. Even my own thoughts, my own anxieties, my own negativities. Observe it. Oh, that's interesting. I don't really over-identify with too many thoughts. A lot of the times we actually take ourselves out of our calm centers, our peace, because of our anxieties, our negative thoughts, and we over-identify with them. Again, this is where becoming an observer really comes in handy. Negative thoughts are going and you observe them. Sometimes you can even say, are you done yet? You done yet? And then you reaffirm something positive to yourself. If I'm worried about something that may happen, I will affirm to myself, even if this bad thing happens, I can handle that. I can handle that. I am equipped to handle that and I can move through that. So it's always like reminding ourselves of our power, of our abilities, because a lot of the times when we have anxieties and worries and we're afraid of something, we think of like the worst thing possible. And usually the worst thing possible doesn't happen. But even if it does, I write down, I can handle that. So start to identify yourself as a problem solver. And this allows you not to be afraid of problems in your life because you know you can solve them. And again, you accept all experiences. You're going through a heartbreak. Everybody goes through a heartbreak. You're going to learn through this. You're going to grow through this. You're going to forgive yourself. It's okay, right? Taking moments for ourselves. That's why for me, slow mornings are very key. I have slow mornings and I know that is a privilege, but even if I didn't have that ability to have longer mornings, back in the day when I had to be at work by 7 a.m., I would wake up at 4 a.m. just so I could give myself that time. Because the stresses of yesterday will carry on today if you don't find a way to release them. So for me, it's always in the morning. You know, I'm doing my morning pages. I'm just letting out my negative thoughts or my stresses or the things I'm happy about, because it's important we do that too. Don't just journal when you're in a bad mood. Your dreams, your goals, the good things that happened, all of it, right? And I'm nurturing a slower pace in my life. I'm not getting up. I'm not looking on my phone, right? Struggle with that in the past. Now I have an app blocker on my phone to guard me, right? So curating an environment that nurtures myself. I believe that your home should be a place of restoration. It should be like a sanctuary, right? Just like my studio has like a certain vibe and like ambiance and aesthetic to it, my home is very much similar in its own way. When I go home, as soon as I step in, I'm like, oh, right? It's like a release because of the lighting, the colors. I got my incense. I can make a cup of tea. It brings me back. So whatever I just went through for the day, whatever I am frustrated about or annoyed about or worried about, I can come home and restore myself. Second is caffeine. So in the summertime, I started drinking coffee and I quickly noticed that like my calm nature, it was starting to disintegrate. Like I was becoming more anxious, more annoyed, more triggered, and I wasn't quite sure why. And then I try to understand like what changed in my life, and I realized I'm drinking coffee and I'm drinking like every single day, right? That level of caffeine for me, especially in the morning, just unearths my nerves, right? And unearths it. So I came back to my tea. Tea naturally has a compound called L-theanine that is calming, right? So I would actually look at your life and be like, what are the things that I am consuming that is making it difficult for me to be comfortable in my body? Caffeine may be one of those, right? Your diet may be one of those. If I eat like pastas and breads and like sugars and like processed foods, I can't focus as well, right? So for me, I find like diet is very important and caffeine levels. The highest caffeinated drink I will drink is black tea. And for me, I can handle that. But again, if I drink too many cups, then I have to be mindful and be like, hey, drink the herbal teas. So pay attention to your body and like how you feel after consuming many different things. Again, a lot of people think I smoke. I did like 10 years ago. And I realized smoking would clog or fog my ability to actually access my emotions. Because a lot of times, people smoke when they're stressed and now you get that relief and now you can like move forward with your day instead of actually looking at yourself and addressing how you feel. So for me, removing substances was a major key and like getting comfortable in my energy, right? So removing drinking, removing smoking. Not saying these things are bad, but if you are uncomfortable and one of your first reactions is to go to this substance, to make you feel better, right? You're developing a habit of needing something else versus addressing the root problem, whatever that may be. And that's just going to take a self review. You're going to have awareness. You're going to have to fine tune your EQ, right? Your emotional intelligence. So I found for myself, smoking was robbing me of my emotional intelligence. Now you may be like, well, when you smoke, I feel like more creative and have bigger insights. And that's true. Cool. But I still think at the same time, it fogs our ability to really feel how we are feeling and just sit with those emotions, right? It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be worried. It's okay to like have a down day and feel it. It's going to happen. The weather changes every single day. The weather changes within ourselves as well, right? It's not being fearful of those emotions. We are observing them, we are feeling them, and then we are understanding them. We're taking a moment to breathe, right? And that's a big one for me. In the mornings, I'm meditating. I'm moving my body. This morning I had a strict schedule for the day, but I woke up and my body was in a lot of pain. So instead of coming in here and right away trying to record a video, I'll make sure that like my body's feeling good. So I went for a stretch, went outside for a walk, right? Being very in tune with yourself. Even if I'm like gonna go meet a friend and they text me like, hey, I'm gonna be 15 minutes late and I'm already almost at the destination, I'll take that as an opportunity and be like, you know what? Let's go left and walk around this neighborhood. There's a cool neighborhood around here. And let's just be idle. Let's be idle, right? Not going on the phone and being distracted, but being in tune with our bodies and our minds and embracing like a more intentional life. For me, like I speak better, I communicate better when I feel better. And that goes for like even what I'm wearing. I'm very much a cozy, like a cozy fashion guy. I want my clothes to feel good because for me, I feel calm. I feel good. The energy is flowing. So cozy is my style. You understand? Start nurturing yourself for not just how you look, but how you're going to feel. Curate your environment at home to how it feels, not just how it looks, but how it feels. When you go out for the day, yes, wear something that looks good, but wear something that feels good. You understand? Don't wear shoes all day that are uncomfortable. Now, halfway through the day, your feet are sore, but you're all just doing, no. Feel good. When you feel good, oh my God, you even look better as well because your energy is flowing, right? So we're always making sure that we're managing our mind well, our body well, and our spirit well. If I am angry, if I am worried, I find an outlet to channel it into. Often it's my creativity. My podcast is like a audio journal. So that is where I channel my frustrations or my worries or my aspirations or the things I'm happy about. Remember what I said about anger often tries to find the quickest outlet to express itself. And that's usually through our words. So we may say something, we may yell something, and then we regret what we did because we caused a bigger storm. It's really important that I don't want to say master, but I'm going to say master this. We try to master this, right? Because when people know they can control you because you're in a reactive person, they will always manipulate you. They know they can say something and that triggers your pride, and now you're going to react in a certain way. You do not want to be in a situation where someone can manipulate you and control you because they know how you react. Instead, a lot of times people will come and try to like slander you, but don't satisfy their slander with your attention. No, you know yourself. You can observe and accept. I accept all experiences. A lot of us worry about what people think of us or, what people say about us. And the truth is you cannot control everyone's perception of you. A lot of us worry about the judgment of others, so we don't even live our dreams and do things because we think we're going to get ridiculed. Again, we cannot control the perceptions of others. The best you can do is lead with love and leave with love. There will be people who lie on you, but still accept all experiences and tell yourself, you know what? This is what I do. I say every single day as a creator, there is somebody right now today saying something positive about me, real beautiful about me. And there's somebody saying something negative or critiquing me. Every single day I have that perspective and I accept it. So I have peace with it. So when I see like a negative comment, I'm not getting all riled up. If somebody's lying about me, I'm not getting all riled up. I'm like, this is what comes with the journey I stepped onto. And this allows me to stay calm 97% of the time. A lot of times people get quite surprised how I stay calm through tough situations. This is why I observe, I accept, come back to ourselves, develop that faith, maybe a prayer, maybe a meditation, and then gratitude. So finding ways to express whatever you are feeling is one of the greatest nourishments. Instead of anger coming out through your mouth in a reactive way or physically and you punching a hole in the wall or something, or like flipping the finger off as someone who cuts you off, channel it into your creativity, right? Channel it into a side hustle. That's a lot of energy you're feeling. Channel it into something that is productive. Build. I actually think in the modern era, for anybody that wants to make more money, we're pretty much at a place where it's manageable for anybody to have at least a second or third income online that they can manage or even automate. And, we have the tools that we need to succeed. So this video today is sponsored by Squarespace, who I personally use myself for my business. I'm going to explain their products calmly, and then we're going to get back to our conversation. Okay, whether you're just getting started or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell everything from products to services or even your time all in one place, all on your own terms. You can channel all that energy into the direction that matters and explore Squarespace's new design intelligence. It is a powerful blend of 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise and cutting-edge AI technology, unlocking your strongest creative potential. Design intelligence helps you build a website that's not only beautiful, but truly personalized to your brand, helping you create a digital identity to use across your entire online presence. And when you're ready to share your gifts and provide your services, you're going to need a payment service. Onboarding is quick and you can start receiving payments in just a few clicks. Squarespace offers your customers popular payment methods like Klarna, Apple Pay, and more, all seamlessly integrated into your website. And if you're truly ready to elevate your online presence, check out Blueprint AI, the latest AI-enhanced website builder from Squarespace. After just a few questions, Blueprint will craft a fully custom on-brand website for your business, complete with curated premium quality content matched to your style. So if you're ready to take your online presence to the next level, go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Heinz for 10% off your first purchase. Again, I highly recommend drink more tea, like become a tea drinker. Why? Because it's an intentional practice. It forces you to slow down. If you want to be more calm, you need to slow down. You need more grace for yourself. You need intentional practices throughout your day, throughout your life, throughout your week, your month, the years that allow you to really just Just breathe. Normally I did this pretty consistently, then I fell off it. But normally I would treat every Saturday as like a sabbatical, a sacred day, a day to renew myself so the weeks aren't bleeding into each other, and a day just to like give myself the opportunity to see some new views and go journey through my city, go journey through nature. Because I truly believe, like me, my name is Hindsight. My last name is Hines. So I did the whole little tag on in hindsight. But for me, seeing beautiful things brings a calm to my spirit. Let it be in nature, let it be architecture, let it be good design. It could even be I'm in a bakery and like the sweets are just looking amazing. I love seeing beautiful things, right? So it's really about crafting a life where there's beauty in the simplicity every single day. So all throughout the day, you're just like enjoying little things and having gratitude for it. Something I do is spark micro conversations pretty much everywhere I go. Like especially when I'm doing like my day-to-day errands, that's normally where I'm doing it. So I'm at the coffee shop, I spark a conversation with the barista. If I'm shopping for shoes, I'm sparking a conversation. So I'm practicing kindness. And what this does is it reminds me that we live in a beautiful world with a lot of kind people. A lot of times online, you can get like this jaded view of the world, and then you start walking around with a jaded energy, inviting more jaded experiences. Get rid of all that. For me, I literally practice kindness everywhere I go. And guess what? Like 95% of the time, people match that energy back to you. And now you're having positive experiences throughout the day that feel good, that bring a calm to your spirit. And you have a more optimistic view of the world. I have a very optimistic view of the world. A lot of people don't. But I find it's pretty important because why? Our thoughts, our literal thoughts reflect how we feel in our body. So when we're negative, when we're worried, when we're angry, when we're mad, we're triggered, what happens? We feel it in our body. If you can start to practice, and again, everything we're talking about today is like a practice, just because we said, hey, accept all experiences doesn't mean you're not going to be triggered and you're not going to want to react. But it's being mindful of, oh, I'm about to react. I'm about to say this. Let me stop this. Another thing is get rid of the gossip. Get rid of the judging all the time. Practice not doing that. Be the type of individual that invites things into your life that produces good energy, calm energy. If you're the type of individual that loves to gossip and spread rumors, right? What's going to happen? You're going to invite that same energy into your life, meaning that people are always going to come to you to gossip about other people. Now the conversations that you have always like rooted on like negative things that are happening in the world, or the BS or the nonsense, instead of things that are like actually really nourishing for your soul. If you become a certain type of individual that just doesn't take no BS, people are not going to come to you with BS. They're going to be like, oh, it's like if you were vegan, right? None of your friends are coming to your house saying, hey, I ordered a box of chicken for us. No, what are they doing? They're going to come to your house and give you a smoothie, right? So you want to start to like live a life where majority of the things that you consume more so like bring a calm to your spirit. The music you listen to, right? Like I'm always listening to like beautiful sounds that bring like a good feeling to my spirit. You understand? Nourishing talks, deep conversations with my friends about things that I'm interested in, right? I don't like gossiping about the world. I think it's one of the worst traits we have on the planet is how people just like to gossip and like, are just quick to judge. I love what Jesus said, before you judge somebody else, take the speck out of your own eye, right? This allows us to not be wrapped up in the world, right? But really come back to ourselves, and be in our own peace, be calm, get creative again. You understand? Again, channeling all that frustration or all that joy, that love, that heartbreak into something creative. Focus on your business, practicing kindness, making sure that your home is a place for restoration. It's a sanctuary, drinking more tea, being mindful of what we put into our body, right? The processed sugars and too much caffeine is going to rock your nerves. Be mindful of the substances that we used and why we use them. You want to celebrate? Great. Go have a drink. But you're sad, so you drink every time? Problem, right? This is going to rob you from having strong emotional intelligence because you're never addressing your emotions. Instead, you're going to this substance and you're kind of clouding what is happening to get a sense of relief right away. Being calm is about being comfortable with all emotions, right? Again, it's a state of being. It's not an emotion, it's a state of being. So you can be jealous, but you can be calm. You can be deeply angry, but you can be calm, right? Someone could break up with you. You could be sad, frustrated, but you can be calm. And because you are calm, you invite wisdom into the situation and you know how to handle it. But when we constantly react, what do? We make bigger storms in our life. We make a bigger mess, right? Now we got to clean up the first mess and this other mess we added on top. So being calm is also a part of inviting wisdom into the situation, being an observer. You're not running to the internet with everything. No, you don't need to do that because you don't need the validation from a lot of people just run to the internet and like say whatever that they're thinking or feeling because they want to get validated for whatever they're thinking or feeling. Instead, be comfortable with what you're thinking and feeling and move through it with grace. I would say my main practices for just decluttering my mind would be morning pages, pretty much every single morning, about 30 minutes or 3 pages, just writing out whatever's on my mind. Meditation, deep breathing, prayer, and going for walks, moving the body and eating healthy 95% of the time. 95% of the time. If I start drinking coffee, if I drink coffee, I only drink decaf. But if I start drinking a lot of coffee, a lot of sugar, I stop meditating, I wake up in the morning and I go on my phone, I'm going to lose my nature. I'm going to lose who I am. You are not anger. You are not jealousy. You are not frustration. You are not anxiety. You are none of those things. You just experience them. So let's experience them with a little bit more grace and a little bit more calm.